Well, looking very relaxed today and confident, Federer. He's relishing the challenge of showing everybody how well he can play on clay. Somebody asked him at a press conference the other day, what are your problems going to be in Paris, he was asked. He raised his eyebrows and said, problems? There are no problems.
No, he can play well, make no mistake about that. I think the one thing is just the belief. And with that disappointing run last year at the French Open, and of course he lost in the first round in 2003 and 2002, that's just got to be the one little nagging thought in the back of his mind. But without question, he's got the game to be able to be effective on this surface, even though he doesn't particularly like playing on it.
From single, 15.
Yes, you talked about his French results. He has been a quarter-finalist. They're back in 01. Coria beat him that year, but then it was the first round of Rousey, first round Horner. They weren't too smart, those results, and then last year Kierton, as you were saying, in the third round.
From single back, 15.
Well, it's interesting that we're talking about results at the French Open, because Coria, of course, had that unexpected loss to Gaudio, but you remember the semi-final loss the year before to the Dutchman Martin Verkerk, when again Coria was the heavy favourite.
From single, 15, 30.
And that is the sort of Achilles heel of Coria sometimes, the serve against good returners.
From second, Fritz, 15, 40.
Well, he's lost the last 3 games. Here are 2 great points to make it 4 in a row.
Dreißig, 34.
One of 3. Another one coming.
Surprising miss. Yes, it was good length. But Federer is very used to playing half volleys on the baseline, doesn't like to retreat back behind the baseline at all. So it's a shot that he's practiced time and time again, and he'll be disappointed he didn't test Coria a little more there, make him work a little harder to stay in the game.
Yes, well played, Coria. A teasing lob, just high enough to prevent Federer from making a kill. And we saw drop shots. Drop shot and lob, absolutely essential weapons in the clay court armory. And Federer shakes his head with disappointment. 2 chances gone a-begging. That would have been a killing break. Instead, 4-all.
From 15. Light. First.
Oh, what a winner.
Well, Coria will have been delighted with the quality of his drop shot there, but I'm sure Tony Roach was just as pleased with the quality of the backhand that his charge came up with there. Very difficult to topspin a ball that low, get it up over the net and get it inside the court. Exceptional shot.
He has a way of inventing shots for the moment.
Light. First.
Well held, sir.
30-15.
Majestic shot making from Federer. Something he does so well. After the serve, if you don't get it back deep, he'll step up the court and he'll just pick a sensible target and hit just enough topspin and pace to get the job done with one single stroke.
Light. First.
Coria sensibly taking cover there. That could have ended the match in one blow, being that all week in support of whichever player is the club's designated one to support.
Time.
The tennis clubs in this area are very strongly supported. I mean, tennis is still a big sport in Germany, only the third most popular sport behind football and gymnastics. But not as popular as it once was, but of course Becker, Stick, Graf all retired.
Love it.
Always like to win the first point of a game as important as this one.
Well, he's hit that backhand up the line on a couple of occasions now, and it's taken Federer by surprise. Hasn't managed to fashion that many winning shots from the back of the court. That's only his third in the set so far. Good execution, following through the line of the ball nicely.
Yeah, he was caught in no man's land, had to volley.
Yeah, the forehand wasn't good enough, and Jose Perlas will know that. If you go to Federer's strength, you have to make sure it's a very good shot.
Ah, now there is the first real mistake at the wrong time from Coria. He's played darn well So here are 2 set points for Federer. There's another error on the forehand. His best shot has let him down twice. It's cost him the serve and the set after 40 minutes of play. This is how the set ends. Unloading with that big forehand. Look at the concentration on that face. Bouncing always between shots on his toes to be able to move off sharply for the next shot. And he's one of the quickest men off the mark and anticipates so well too.
Well, we always talk about his great strengths being the forehand and the ability to play all-court tennis, but he's got so many strengths. His movement is so good. His anticipatory skills are excellent. And the quality of the second serve we very rarely talk about, but that's very good as well. So very few weaknesses to really chip away at.
No, left.
Well, now, is there anything that Coria can plan to do? I mean, he wasn't playing that, but he was really playing as well as he was allowed.
Well, that's the trouble. It's very difficult to implement plan B if you're simply defending all the time and you're not getting the opportunity. I mean, there's no doubt that Federer's forehand is better than his backhand, so somehow you've got to try and expose the backhand. You've got to make sure that you serve well enough to hold as many service games as possible so you can put Federer under pressure on his own serve, but that simply hasn't been the case so far. Federer's been able to dictate on his own service games, apart from the game he lost, and has returned well too. Coria is just not in the game at the moment.
Tricep from 30-50.
That's the big shot, because it let him down on the last 2 points of the previous set, but that was probably the pressure of being in the position of losing a set if he lost his serve. Serve was too good, wasn't it?
40.
Majestic backhand. Well, he's certainly pulling out all the stops today, is Federer.
And this was a perfect example. Coria had the upper hand at the beginning of the rally, but wasn't effective enough when he came into the net, and suddenly with one shot, Federer is able to win it and comfortably hold serve. You simply cannot afford, when you got the upper hand against Federer in a rally, to take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what Coria did here. Look at Federer, didn't have to move at all before attempting to come over the last backhand.